Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soulprint Pendulum Friday. Thank you very, very much for being here. There's a lot of questions today, so we're just going to get at it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your ongoing support, the lovely comments, the donations, all of it. It's brilliant. The thumbs up. And I'm very, very grateful for it. Let's get started. All right. Will Polyev and the conservatives' refusal to allow the press to cover their campaign backfire on them? Yes. Polyev is also refusing, I think, to get his security clearance. He's refusing to, I guess, do the paperwork or whatever. And some people are saying it's because, if something comes up, um, he's not going to be able to sort of defend himself or something. I don't know. It's really stupid. It's like if you want to be like the leader of a country, you should probably have, a security clearance. But, that's just me. What do I know? Will Elon and Trump figure out that taking health care away from Congress will save the taxpayers money? Okay. Now, this is a no. It's a big no. I want to just say they know it. She's not going to do it. So it's not so much that they haven't have to figure it out. It's that they choose to ignore it. I think it's closer to the answer. Will the GOP ever offer to give up the taxpayer-funded health care as an example to save money? No. This is what you have to understand, and it's becoming more and more like apparent. When you watch the way people are being treated, you watch the way things are being handled. This is about literally, in my opinion, destroying the middle class. So either you are the haves or the have-nots. They are closing down the Board of Education. Why? Well, because if you have people who are not well educated, they can't afford to, send their kids to school. What you end up with is a bunch of people who just accept. They don't have like any critical thinking skills, right? Look at any country with a authoritarian or a dictatorship kind of leader. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for people, or they're looking to make it so that the people who have are not disturbed or hurt or disadvantaged at all. And everybody else can just go fend for themselves because, and truly, their thinking is because if you weren't smart enough to figure out how to get on this side of the fence, we're not going to help you. Okay, that's the energy of what is going on. So don't, don't think it's anything else because that's what it is. Following question: Is Trump really so stupid, or is this all an act? Is Trump stupid? Yes. Okay. Now the pendulum possibly might be biased. I don't know. Is Trump trying to isolate the United States? Yes, absolutely. There are 15 countries that deny entry to convicted felons. China is on the list, and 45 is scheduled to go to China in April to meet with President. Sorry, brain fart. Xi Jinping. The date has not been announced. Will 45 go to China in April? Okay, so right now that's a plan. Um, this is the thing, right? No country is going to deny him entry because he is a convicted felon. They're not going to do it. They're not going to insult him that way. They're just not. And I don't know, but like, would he not qualify under like diplomatic immunity or something when he's traveling? I don't know. I'm just asking. But it seems to me no one's going to do it, as much as we would all love to see it. Will 45's invitation to the United Kingdom be revoked by Prime Minister Starmer? The date of the invite has been undecided. Is that invitation going again? Is it going to be revoked? Probably not. Probably they're just not ever going to be able to kind of settle on a date, right? I mean, that's how politics works. They're not going to purposely insult the guy, but they're also not going to, roll over and play dead. Okay. Let me just ask the question this way. Is the Prime Minister of the UK going to end up having a visit in person with 45 this year? All right. So for those of you who may be new, when the pendulum does this and it just doesn't respond, it's usually one of two things. It's either the answer is none of our business, which is not applicable here. But what it means is that there hasn't been a definitive answer. It's like the energy is like stalled. And, the pendulum gives you the most likely based on the energy answers, right? And so when it just stops like that, it's because almost like there isn't enough energy, there isn't enough information to determine. I'm just going to leave it at that. JD was booed recently at a Kennedy Center event. Okay, I want to see how long it's going to take before Trump, because now he's put himself on the board of the Kennedy Center. How long do we think it's going to take for him to decide it has to be renamed the Trump Center? Anybody want to guess? I'm going to go with 3 months. That's my guess. Maybe somebody out there should start like a pool, right? Sorry. He attended with his wife. He was recently unwelcome in, I guess, Vermont for a ski weekend, and that had to be boarded. Okay. Does Asha, I hope that's how she pronounces her name, regret his election to VP? Okay, so it's a little yes. What they're saying is she views it sort of like her thoughts about it don't matter, because it is her job, it is her function to support her husband. I can't criticize that. There's a lot of people out there who support really dumb husbands. Okay, so what are you going to do? A judge has ordered EM to restore the USAID offices and staff. Will EM comply? Okay, sort of an undecided, but it's leaning towards no, he will not. Will he be held in contempt of court? Oh, yeah. I don't know when it was, but he recently got told by a judge to get the Make American Great hat off of his head in the courtroom. I mean, the contempt with which they are treating everything, judges, law and order, government agencies, people, it doesn't matter. It's just so blatant. And frankly, it's really sad. Like, it's just really, really sad. Um, is the vandalism of Tesla and the protests assembling at Tesla dealerships going to continue? As of right now, they sure are. If so, will this give EM reason to resign from Doge so he can try to restore that business? Good question. Okay, and that's sort of like a little yes. So when it comes to EM and his company or his companies, um, it feels very much energetically like he is rock, what's that expression? Between a rock and a hard place. Okay, it's like that. It's like he's not clear on what to do. He honestly, truly, in his heart of hearts, cannot believe how mean people are being. He just can't. He just doesn't understand why everybody else doesn't understand that what he's doing is the right thing to do. Um, a Tesla investor has said Musk needs to step down as boss. Will EM step down in the next month from Tesla? Um, Not in the next month. Will Tesla eventually fail as a business? That's a yes. As of right now, it doesn't look good. I mean, there are some countries, I can't remember what country is um, in Europe. Their Tesla sales dropped by something like 76%. That's like choking numbers, okay? Like, my God. Um, it, it- did EM accompany his son X? What a great name for a kid, eh? To Mar-a-Lago last weekend. I didn't know he was supposed to be there or not there. Was he at Mar-a-Lago last weekend? I'm getting a yes. Will this tariff war that Trump has started affect electric outages in America? To non-answer, it's a little broad, the question. Um, you know, Ford does not want to turn off the electricity from Ontario into um, those three northeastern states. Um, but if push comes to shove, he'll do it. So I think that as of right now, it's sort of like not an America thing as much as it might be in specific areas. But let's ask the follow-up question. Is there going to be like blackouts for days at a time? Um, no, a really enthusiastic one. Kathy Beale, if you did not see the Kathy Beale Soulprint collaboration that was released on Thursday, you might want to check it out. She had some really interesting stuff to say. Here we go. Kathy Beale said that the astrology supports 45 regime being gone before summer. What does Pendulum see? Is Trump going to leave, be removed, whatever, um, before the end of summer of this year? So yes, A follow-up question was, could it be over by the end of June? No. I'm getting a no for that. I don't know what the astrology is or isn't. Judge Boasberg ordered a temporary halt to the deportation of alleged Venezuelan gang members. Members of the 45 regime are out saying they don't care what the judge says. And Trump says the judge should be impeached. Roberts made a statement that that is not how you handle things if you disagree with a court decision. Will this judge be impeached? No. No. Will the Supreme Court reverse their presidential immunity decision? According to Search Labs, the Supreme Court decision can be overturned through judicial reconsideration by the court itself if constitutional amendment or by legislative action if the ruling interprets the statute. I don't even know what that meant. Let's just start there. Is the Supreme Court likely to reverse their decision that the president has almost complete immunity for what he does in office? Are they going to reverse that? No. Is the Supreme Court going to ultimately clip Trump and the Trump administration's wings? So not say he doesn't have immunity, but say what he's doing is outside of the scope or it's unconstitutional or sort of a question like that. So is the Supreme Court ultimately going to clip his wings? Yeah. Because now he's making fools of them. Did Stephen Miller plan the deportation of the Venezuelan migrants and others to El Salvador's mega prison? Stephen Miller, was he part of that deportation? Yeah, absolutely. Will Venezuela intervene on behalf of the deportees that were sent to maximum security in El Salvador to get their citizens back? It's a good question. Will Venezuela intervene? It's a little yes. Will Chuck Schumer resign and be replaced as Senate minority leader? Not yet. It's a no, but what I'm hearing is not yet. I did, sometimes this week, I looked at Schumer and sort of what his thought process are and what he's going through. So you might want to check out that video too. Is Rubio regretting his leaving the Senate for Secretary of State? Yes. Is he considering resigning? No. Will 45 Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt be leaving her post within the next 3 months? Oh my God, that woman. Is she going to remain press secretary for longer than the next 3 or 4 months? That's a no. Will NATO expel the U.S. to ensure their own safety and security? I don't think that's a question. I think let's ask it this way. Is Trump going to pull out, remove the United States from NATO? Yes. As of right now, That is his intention. Will NATO make a statement about the U.S. 2024 presidential election and the hackers by the end of this month? Um, okay, so no. Now, had you watched the Kathy Beale horoscope video? She was saying that the next sort of from now till the end of March and sort of into that first week of April, things are going to get really, really crazy. And then, for reasons that I can't understand, things are going to settle down a little bit. I mean, this is not everything goes back to being roses, but it feels like some of the insanity is going to dial down a little bit. So those are the questions. I just have a couple things to say. Canadians are very well aware that American citizens are not behind what is going on with the tariffs. We are aware that there are all kinds of amazing people in the United States that are flying Canada flags, in front of their house in support. We are aware of the fact that there are people in the United States buying Canadian goods. I guess it's going to get more and more expensive as tariffs kick in, if they do, but there's that. But I think that by and large, people are not understanding, Americans are not understanding how incredibly insulted Canadians are. There is on Facebook, there is a site called Buy Canadian, I think. And the things that people are looking to replace with Canadian or goods produced outside of anywhere, sort of basically, but the United States. It is everything from V8 juice to shampoo to anything. I mean, it's really, really remarkable how granular this is getting. And I don't know if you have heard, but I will tell you that now in almost all grocery stores, that kind of thing, there are little red Canadian maple leaves by the price, so people know. New packaging is coming out saying proudly Canadian or, whatever. And apparently there are some people who are wandering around through supermarkets, and if they pick up an item and it's not, it's made in the United States, apparently what they're doing is they're turning the thing upside down on the shelf. So the people behind them know that this isn't a product you want to deal with. Like, that is how granular this is getting. And I think that by and large, it's not understood. It is certainly not understood by the Trump administration. It is not understood by the Republicans. Republicans have been having a very, very hard time at the town halls that the few of them actually managed to show up for. They're just getting beaten up, figuratively. But as of right now, this is the thing. Those very same politicians who are going to stand there and get booed for something that they know is wrong, their reason is, I don't want to get primaried. And Musk, and he has a boatload of money available to him through EM, and they will primary me. And so I don't want to be primaried at the next election. And so I'm just going to nod my head and agree. And that is disgraceful. It really, really is. There was a small modicum of sympathy or understanding when their excuse or reason was, we're getting threatened, our family's getting threatened, etc. But when you flip from that to, I don't want to get primaried, that's sad. And I sincerely, sincerely hope that the Republicans who are so angry with their reps and the government that they voted in, I hope that they have long memories, because sometimes memories are short and sometimes they really shouldn't be. No. All right, here we go. It's Friday. So have an amazing, amazing weekend. Do something wonderful for yourself and someone else. I have recorded a video that is scheduled to be released on Monday, which is not typical. It's called Dead Eyes, and it is a look at Trump energy, and the way it has changed or shifted. So that might be interesting for some of you. Alrighty. Thank you very, very much for being here. Until next time, take care and be well. Bye for now.